Good
Yeah.
afternoon, everyone. Respected Speaker of the Day, Mr. Harshil Patni, Area Head, HR at Eureka Forbes Limited. Respected Dr. Vartika Chaturvedi, Faculty Coordinator. Respected Dr. Tapan Kumar Nayak, Dean Academics. Currently residing in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Mr. Patni aims at becoming a person of value by getting knowledge through deep learning of business and proving to be an asset for organization and team. He has had a dynamic career taking on the roles of HR at various prestigious organizations. He has been associated with several reputed companies such as Flow Dynamics India, Oppo, and now at Eureka Forbes. He is an epitome of a person with critical thinking to walk through crisis and producing sufficient result. We welcome you, sir, and we really look forward for your words of wisdom on management learning to implement in corporate. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I request our Dean Academics to have a formal welcome to Mr. Harshil to the offline mode, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vartika. Thank you, Vibhor. Thank you, Harshil, for being on the board today. So we, on behalf of the entire JSP fraternity, we welcome you on board. And I'm sure, this topic is, very close to my heart. In fact, it is very, very pertinent for all our students. It's management learnings to implement in corporate. Mind you, students, you should feel privileged to have this topic and to hear it from a person who is practicing it. So I'm sure, Harshil, students are going to get benefit out of it at the end of the session today. And most of the time, my dear students, let me tell you that we get confused that whatever is being learned from the classroom, how it is going to be, applied, how it is going to be utilized in the real life process, in particular in the corporate. So who can be the better person to tell you other than, Harshil, who is practicing in Eureka Forbes. And I'm sure all of you, and I advise you all also, that wherever you are, whether you are in classroom or at your home or at your hostel, so keep a pen and paper, note down a few important points from the session, and you can also get down with some of the queries at the end you can ask him, right? And I'm sure you will get your answer. And I'm also sure that at the end of this program, all of you will be going wiser and wiser. So thank you, Dr. Vartika, for bringing such talent on board. And I'm sure Harshil is going to justice to all our students. Thank you so much. And I once again welcome you, Harshil, on the board. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. So Harshil, over to you for another 45-50 minutes, and I'll be, or Vibhor can just pen down the questions what students are giving in the chat box, and so maybe in the end of the session we can take up the questions. Yeah,
exactly, absolutely fine. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Vartika ma'am, first of all, that giving me this opportunity that we can have this session and a chat on the topic is really fascinating and around the world of leadership. Let's see what we can get that we can deal with it in the routine lives. And thank you, Tapan sir, for welcoming. We hope at least I can give something useful to your students that at least they can take up with them for around the life. Right. Fine. So if at any point of time, if I'm not able to I'm not audible, so you can drop questions or anything in chat box. Okay, so I'll just keep confirming at certain point of time in the slides whether you are able to see it or not, so anyone can just confirm it by yes or no, so that I'll just check about my internet connectivity. Okay.
Sure. So I'm also there, and Vibhor is also there. I can see Jigyanshu, the camera is on. So there are few students who could be our sailors for the ship today. So go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, understood. So shall I share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. So is it visible to all?
Yes, sir. The screen is visible and you're audible.
Yeah, okay, fine. So students, thank you for having me. I hope at least I'll give you certain insights on what I have learned in my last 4 years of experience. Before we proceed for these slides, I would tell you that you only will find the titles of the points, key points in these slides. Whatever other things that I'll share it with you verbally. So your attention to voice will be required. Okay. So let's start now. The topic for today is basically I have kept it the title of leadership for self. Fine. Now this term leadership or a leaders is the evergreen fascinating terminology being discussed, being researched upon around the world, be it in a political terms, be it in a corporate terms. I would say actually in the family also we always identify one of the members who generally leads the entire tree. Okay, in terms of decision making, in terms of this relationship management. Fine. So our own family, entire family, could also be considered as a healthy business unit also. Fine. You will find many things. So let's start with the first thing. I hope you are able to see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
रिदम बंसल का स्लो है
Guys, please
Ridhima,
turn off
Ridhima, can
your.
you please mute yourself? Ridhima Bansal, can you please mute yourself? Or I'll request the admin to please mute all of them. Before you can also mute yourself. I mean, you can unmute once you want to speak. Yes, Harshil, please go ahead.
Okay, fine. So when we always in study, whether in graduation or masters, when we learn this for the first time of the term leader, we have this question even written in our textbooks. You say whether you'll find this question on internet also, that whether leaders are born or made. So any one of you guys can share your views. First of all, wanted to know from your end that what do you think, whether leaders are born or leaders are made? Any students can speak. I would not be able to see the participant list.
Sir, according to me, leaders are made because everyone born normally as others, but according
to me, the leaders are born. Sir,
Okay, so one is saying leaders are made, other is saying leaders are born.
Sir, leaders are made.
Okay, and I would extend the question, my question, that if leaders are made, why?
Excuse me, sir.
It's made by experience.
Sir, leaders made by their skill sets, but the managers made by the studies.
Okay, fine. And
Sir, I think the
to those
leaders have
students
some.
who said that leaders are born, why do you think that leaders are born and not made?
Sir, leaders have some kind of qualities.
Okay, so that's why they are born.
No, sir.
There are persons who might not be educated but can be a leader because he has some certain his skill set. But in case of the managers, we always made by only with education.
Okay, fine. So I'll tell you there are two parts even in corporate world, research sector also. Fine, that approximately 50% of the people fraternity still believe today that leaders are born. Rest of them believe that leaders are made. Now, if leaders were supposed to be born, then considering the population of the India, we are the second largest country in the entire world. And still we face in many of the sectors the scarcity of leaders. Right. So this is bit of a point to think on this, and you guys can research on this of the statement what I just said. Because if leaders were supposed to born, as I said, that we should never face the scarcity of enough leaders that can get to the desired milestones that we want to achieve by 2050, 2025, 2030, whatever the year that is we have marked as a benchmark that we aspire to achieve as an entire country, right? So this is my personal belief, and this is my feedback to you guys after the experience what I have seen, that any person with a decent amount of common sense and the understanding of a language and understanding of a message, ability to understand the message, can be a leader provided that he or she gets a proper mentor. Okay, because if the leaders were born, if our skill sets were by birth, if we would receive by birth, then our parents, I guess, they should not teach us how to walk. We should be knowing since birth. So since we are born, we learn things over the period of time. If you say any alphabet, fine, I'm from Gujarat, I'm basically Gujarati, so even my mother tongue is Gujarati, that I was not knowing from birth. I learned over the years into in initial years of my school. I learned the numbers, I learned the other languages of Hindi, English, I learned the subjects. So everything that we over the over the period of time, that we learn and we make ourselves better. So we gain knowledge basically, right? So why you can compare my statement of that why the leaders are made, right, with the statement you would also have been read in the books that leaders are those people who knows the way, shows the way, who they know in which direction we need to go, and they also show us that how it is done. So while we read this statement that leaders are those people who know the way and show the way, right? So this can only be done with the knowledge, learning, getting the knowledge and practicing it and making it into our daily habit. And this entire process that we have been doing since we are born, since a child, right? Learning to eat, learning to walk, learning to speak even. So these are the basics what we are doing right now. You are listening, you are understanding, and you are processing what I am saying, right? So all these things we learn. So from my point of view and the experience, I would like to share that the leaders are not born, leaders are made. And when people struggle and people literally fight, in you would not see probably in this your student life, but in corporate you will start to see that literally people fight to prove themselves as a leader. I'm not talking about currently whether they are worthy of it or not. They'll put up the any point which other person can accept and they can accept them as a leader. Okay, once they start to prove that yes, I am a leader, at that very first particular moment we should know that this person is not worthy to be called a leader. Okay, I'll give you certain examples. So students, you guys would obviously have a friend circle in your college, in your personal life, right? सो फर्ज करो कि टोटल 4 से 5 लोगों का एक फ्रेंड्स का ग्रुप है, दोस्तों का, सिंपल। उसपे एक लड़का एक लड़की जो भी कोई हो, एक हमेशा ऐसा होगा कि who would straight away share their point of view and people will without asking any questions will agree to them. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So whether be it to arrange a party, birthday party, whether to go on a picnic, whatever it is, कोई अच्छा प्लानर होगा, कोई अच्छा एग्जीक्यूटर होगा, बट एक इंसान ऐसा होगा कि who will give the direction and everyone will follow them blindly. So they are not fighting for themselves that you accept me, you call me a leader. People follow those people who selflessly put efforts to help others. So this is the kind of the observation you can observe. You can make observation of this in your routine life around yourself, whether be it in your college campus, in your neighborhood even also. Fine, बहुत सारे सिंपल एग्जांपल्स होते हैं कि अगर कोई भी जहाँ पे आपकी रेसिडेंशियल सोसाइटीज होगी, वहां पे भी अभी तो एक चेयरमैन बोर्ड्स होते हैं, सेक्रेटरी होता है, राइट? सो वो हर जगह पे एवरीवेयर यू विल सी दैट वेदर दिस पर्सन इज फिट फॉर दैट रोल और नॉट। उसके लिए हमें एमबीए पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है? हम कई सारे ऐसे सिनेरियोज होते हैं कि जहाँ पे वी नो दैट व्हाट इज यूनिवर्सली राइट और व्हाट इज यूनिवर्सली रॉन्ग। उसके बेसिस पे वी मेक अ जजमेंट अबाउट that person कि इसने ये चीज गलत की है या इसने ये चीज सही की है, ठीक है. Okay, I went back. So why most of the leaders fail? Okay, so do you guys have any example with yourself that that could be shared here? That what could be the reason that we have give them a title of leader and still they fail? What do you think that could be the reasons of failure of a leader? So-called leader, I mean.
Lack of knowledge, and he has started business without research, doing any research.
Yes, in terms of entrepreneur, we can say, but that would be for self only. But for entire overall, the first one would be accepted. That lack of knowledge can be a reason. Other reason, any reason?
The self vision of the leader.
Sorry?
Self vision.
Sorry, I was not able to grasp that. If you can, that person can repeat.
Sir, self vision.
You're talking about vision.
देखने का तरीका, खुद से समझदार नहीं हो उस चीज के बारे में, खुद का एस्पेक्ट ना हो कोई.
Agree. So see, most of the people fail as a leader. There is certain key points that you can mark and you can observe. You'll start noticing all those things. First of all, कि उन लोगों का एक एम होता है कि एक लीडर का टाइटल पाना. सिर्फ टाइटल तक उनको मतलब होता है. जैसे कि आप समझ लो कि कहीं पे किसी को एग्जीक्यूटिव का रोल मिला है in the initial years of their career. So what they'll aspire to be is become a senior executive. या assistant manager है तो manager बनेगा, manager है तो senior manager बनेगा. कई सारे ऐसे लोग होते हैं. अभी हर एक टाइटल के साथ in disguise there is certain key aspects linked कि जिसमें कुछ ना कुछ चीजों में leadership या initiative की requirement होती है. If any a person who is a sales team leader, ठीक है, या senior manager है, कोई भी function में हो, ठीक है, I'm not talking only about HR, कोई भी फंक्शन में हो, ठीक है, उसका उस पोजीशन को जस्टिफाई करने के लिए कुछ चीजें जरूरी होती है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि उनके नीचे जो भी लोग काम कर रहे हैं, उनके टीम मेंबर्स जो है, ठीक है, उसका फीडबैक अगर आप जानोगे तो आपको उस इंसान का फीडबैक मिल जाएगा ऑटोमेटिक. या फिर आप मैनेजमेंट का फीडबैक जानोगे तो उसके नीचे का ये सीनियर मैनेजर का फीडबैक आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. अच्छा, to Tapan sir, Vartika ma'am, I'm requesting my apologies in advance if I'm taking any example of any university or college institution. Please don't take it into a negative way. I'm just I will just try to help.
No, we understand. You can.
Okay.
Correct.
So
yeah,
you can students
take the example.
Yeah, so students, basically आपके केस में अगर MBA में when I completed my MBA in 2015, I had a list of faculties. If given a chance to speak up, I would tell the management that they should resign. I'm just on a lighter note, but obviously कोई मुझे करने नहीं देता, ठीक है. So in the same way, you would also have your own judgment कि ये ठीक तरीके से पढ़ा नहीं पा रहे. That is a one side of a coin, ठीक है. सो मैनेजमेंट से पूछोगे तो भी वो फैकल्टी या जो भी डीन हो गए या HOD हो गए, हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट, उनका फीडबैक आपको मिल जाएगा. या मैनेजमेंट सिर्फ स्टूडेंट्स को पूछेगा फीडबैक के तौर पे, जो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी में खास तरीके से होगा, ठीक है, कि स्टूडेंट से फीडबैक जानते हैं फैकल्टीज का कि उनसे वो सेटिस्फैक्ट्री इनपुट मिल रहे हैं या नहीं मिलते हैं, ठीक है. उसके बेसिस पे यू कैन डिसाइड ऑन द लैक ऑफ नॉलेज, यू विजन, परसेप्शन, ठीक है, एम्पैथी है या नहीं, ये कई सारी चीजें होती है. तो ये सभी चीजें लीडर में भी होनी जरूरी है, ठीक है. सो सिर्फ एक बोल देने से या उसको एक पोजीशन को हासिल कर लेने से कोई लीडर नहीं बनेगा. दिस इग्नोरेंस ऑफ दिस थॉट makes most leaders fail, ठीक है. So now we'll see what are.
Harshil, I would request you to check the chat box. Students are also sending their answers on the chat box itself. So time to time, you can also check the chat box. The
For
students are
sure.
Sir, I'm noting them down, and
right, right.
Thank you, sir. For
if you want me to ask them right now, I'll ask them.
No, it's not like that,
Okay.
right? I mean, it's time to time, if you can check, you'll find some answers.
Yes,
Students
sir.
are giving.
I'm noting them down. Yes.
Yeah, right.
No, this is important. I should check it time to time because there are so many good answers that has been written rather than spoken up.
Yes,
So
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, so thank you, Tapan sir, to guide me because it's really required. Self vision, and now I got the point of that person. Self vision नहीं होता है exactly. ठीक है, courage to try something new because उनको courage इसलिए नहीं होता है because उनका planning नहीं होता है. Their aim is to get that title or position. So if you know the author Robin Sharma and everyone, that we have several books on leadership, right? So in that, one of the book is being titled that leader without a title, right? So leaders, there is other book that leaders eat last. All these relevance I'll link up with the upcoming part of this presentation, right? Lack of decision making skill. Yes, we Tapan sir, I'm really glad to hear this, read these answers because whatever the points that I have kept in my presentation, and the straight away titles are being responded. So it's I'm really happy to see this. I'm really happy to see this. Fine. So I'll switch to the presentation. Okay. I'm sorry, it's the online thing. So fine. So let's start with certain points. Initially, there would be certain points what you need to apply irrespective of your career, your life. Personally, these attributes are a must. Okay. So in the first point, it is that communication and listening. Now, when I say communication, I'm not talking about English language or Hindi language or Gujarati or any other language. The communication means how to clearly deliver a message to a person that the counterpart is able to grasp it and fully understand it properly. Listening means to actively listening, and business communication where we have the types of listening, right? So this, in this case, to actively listen what the other person is saying is the one thing, but why that person is saying such things is important. So what we call it reading between the lines, right? So these are the things that we need to implement. ठीक है. In terms of college, एक example simple सा ले सकते हैं. ठीक है कि whenever our faculty is delivering a lecture, right? So why, if that particular topic is being dealt with, so there always being having the importance of all the subjects, all the topics, right? So we generally, मेरे केस में ऐसा था कि मेरे को when I started my career at that time, I realized that I should have started focusing on the subjects way back when I was studying. So hopefully it's not the case in you guys, right? So delivering essentials with the simplicity, ठीक है? So कुछ भी चीजें देनी है तो उसको घुमाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You will find it will also. I would like to give an example of my own company, right? So in the Eureka Forbes, we have a crisp and clear policy structure, delivering way of delivering message. Okay, so whatever we say it, we share our expectations in any of the meetings, online meetings, or even in email communications. We simply write one-liner. We in my company, we have never faced such a lengthy email conversation stating that we need to do this, we are this, we are this. No, that is kept for marketing part. Okay, so not necessarily to write it and stick it and everything into a single email or keep on repeating in the self. A simple one line would do much greater work rather than a paragraph. If stating a simple line that we need a monthly this manpower, for an example, a 20 manpower in Gujarat in direct sales team. Now this is a single sentence that tells so many things. It tells me one of my KRA on the KRA of my performance criteria, my job description, that I am given a target of 20 recruits and I need to achieve my target anyhow, whatever I do, whatever the ways I take up, but officially I must onboard 20 people in my system in Gujarat state in direct sales channel. Okay. So when we are expected to recruit the 20 people in Gujarat state and direct sales, the hidden conditions is also attached to the sales head who is into a CC conversation, saying that when the people are onboarded in the number count of 20, the responsibility of sales team comes there to generate a business from them. So yes, Gmail, yeah, Ymail have given a fabulous structure of keeping people into CC and BCC. BCC would generally be the management who will enjoy this conversation and the entire act, I would say. But the key players are those people who execute the things. So to them, we must share each and every information into really crisp and clear manner. Okay. Now सेल्फ विजन वाला पॉइंट यहाँ पे आता है कि नो योर पर्पस, व्हाई यू वांट टू डू सच थिंग. फाइन, लीडरशिप की बात चलती है तो व्हाई लीडर्स आर, if you see, you take Elon Musk, any famous name, right? So let's check one of the general knowledge point. Students, my question to you, recently we have the famous multinational company that is Hindustan Unilever in this world. Who was the person who recently resigned and joined one of the odd fashion industry? Can you share the name if anyone knows from the student?
Leena Nair.
Yep, exactly. So she was the chief HR officer at global level in the of the Hindustan Unilever and the channel. I'm sorry, I'm really weak in fashion, so I would not be able to pronounce that particular brand properly. So that fashion company just hired her as a CEO, right? So ऐसा तो है नहीं कि उसने सीधा सीनियर मैनेजर से स्टार्ट किया होगा या डायरेक्टर से स्टार्ट किया होगा, ठीक है? So when even she
See, I'll just interrupt in between here.
Yeah.
So, like from a HR yeah, because you implement HR and we teach HR. So generally we have this debate that HR cannot be on the decision roles. Like I'm sure आपने भी सुना होगा ये वाली बात. And when then
Yes.
you know Leena Nair on the position of CEO is really for the HR people. Like she has opened ways for all of us.
Yes. So इसके पीछे बहुत simple सा understanding है मैम. I would share it with the students. See, if you know that Anand Mahindra is even a person from HR fraternity, okay. The second one with the Leena Nair we can keep. So if you talk about the HR is always being perceived as the only limited up to managing people, their salary, their recruitment and their exit process. This is the old psychology which is still being continued to take it as a perception, while all those MNCs who are those organizations are successful. Why they are successful? Because they are the rule breaker. Basically, they have broken this perception. They have given enough opportunities to each and every person. Whoever has the skill simply wins the title. So in this case, we can also observe that people, yes, it is true, ma'am, that people believe that HR can never be into a place where the decisions are needed to be taken. But believe me, guys, the HR is also a finance manager. HR is also a salesperson. HR is also a marketing person. I would share this, my current profile with you guys. Fine. So have you ever heard that HR is being given any target like sales? Have you heard it?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so one yes, one no. So generally in recruitment, most of the time that people are assigned target, right? So when we are, I generally say this into my company also with the sales team, that salesperson and a HR person both are same. Sales team is selling up the product and we are selling the profiles to candidates. It's as simple as that. Why? Because there were past, it is past when the demand was less compared to supply. So people were helpless to join under any conditions. You even say contract, you will sign a contract. You say bond, you will sign a bond. Anything they would ask for employer would do it. Why? Because there was no any other opportunity. Fine. So now the scenario, the table has turned now. Now the supply is being comparatively more than the demand. So now candidates literally ask me questions that why should I join Eureka Forbes Limited? At that time, I cannot say this that we are the most prestigious company of the direct sales into entire Asia. They'll just disconnect the phone calls. I've tried this, believe me, guys. So we are selling the profiles to the candidates. Why? Because we want such a people with skills and with the initiativeness that can give certain fruitful results, and basically, if I would say in really practical manner, that जो कंपनी को पैसा कमा के दे, फिर चाहे वो HR हो या सेल्स वाला हो. फाइन, सेल्स वाला प्रोडक्ट बेच के आपको पैसा कमा के देगा, HR वाला कम कॉस्ट में अच्छा इंसान ला के पैसा प्रॉफिट जनरेट करके देगा. I hope you understand, you have heard this statement properly. Okay, so as I said, because ki koi bhi ho, money is the main core in the center while delivering or while framing any policies, any process, any infrastructure, be it a technological, be it into a business level strategy or corporate level strategy, right? So yes, this is wrong in these days that HR cannot be into a place of decision making. They are actually the most competent person from a HR fraternity that can take the decision in each and every aspect, whether be it monetary, be it into establishing a system, be it into the people's manner. So why? Because he does everything, right? So given a chance, if any of the people are from marketing or who are planning to pursue marketing, right? So we promote our service or brand as a company. A simple example, Eureka Forbes क्या promote करता है, क्या बेचता है? That is AquaGuard water purifiers, vacuum cleaners, air purifiers, and each products. ठीक है, उसको promote कैसे करना है, उसके लिए you should know your purpose, because what we want to deliver, that people should buy it. At the same time, HR is selling the product and HR promoting his profiles, his openings, okay, why people should join Eureka Forbes. So I have a list of key points, benefits, if anyone asks me कि हमारे यहाँ पे ये होता है, हमारे यहाँ पे ये होता है, हमारे यहाँ पे सेल्स में टारगेट का प्रेशर नहीं होता है, we have a really cooperative environment, we are completely politics free company, we have the most work-life balance in entire sales fraternity, we have a fixed time, like just like government jobs. I'm literally telling you this reality. From 9:30 to 5:30 you are out of office, you are not liable to pick up the calls, you are not answerable to everyone, you'll have a ease of life here. So I'll have to, in any ways, I mean, I'm just giving an example, in any ways we'll have to sell this profile so that we can close it, we can achieve our targets. And once our targets are achieved, the next role is of sales team to generate the business. If I am not delivering my target, sales team won't be able to generate the business. The business and entire company goes for a toss. So in the April month, whatever the target of earning that we would have been budgeted in terms of profitability, that everything else will go for a toss. So you can say that the salesperson, I also share this into, I used to share this in my thoughts in my previous company at Oppo, that in the mobile handset industry, a fast moving industry, the salesperson is the core. Rest, every department is the holistic ecosystem developed for that particular person, so that he or she can do their sales in peace. Any help required, we are there. So just wanted a quick feedback with this. I'll also again check this chat box. Okay, so any confusion till now? I'm asking right now so that at least we can have a clarity further. Students can ask.
People, you can also write in the chat box.
Yeah,
Sir,
you can write it in chat box. It would be easy.
Me, sir. Sir, I want to ask a question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, as you earlier said, your company is politics free. Then, sir, how your company has become politics free? Can you give some insight?
Fine. Okay. I would ask one question. It's kind of a funny conversation going to be. आप कोई एक लेज का चिप्स का पैकेट खरीदते हो, ठीक है, उसमें देता है 20% एक्स्ट्रा. What they mean by giving 20% extra, air or chips?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now what I'll tell you is that yes, we are politics free. Why? See, I only know about this Eureka FOBs. Still, I'm into my early stage of my career. But what I have seen the worst cases of politics that I have handled in my previous companies. Fine. So why I'm much damn sure about this company is that everything that has been thought is being shared in written, where everyone can track, everyone can show this as a proof. So once you have given anything in written, you cannot take your words back. It's as simple as that. तीर निकल चुका है, अभी आप उसको वापस नहीं ले सकते, ठीक है. So and one of the most important, the ideology that has been instilled is by Tata Group. So for students, again, I would just give a brief about Eureka. In 1982, the Eureka FOBs Limited was started with the collaboration of two companies, Tata Group and the Electrolux. In 1984, it went under the company conglomerate of Shapoorji Pallonji Group, right? And recently, if you have heard and if you have read in the newspaper, we were taken over by the Advent International. It's a private equity firm. So we are currently under process of the transition from the one conglomerate group to the other. Fine. So we feel lucky. Actually, we believe that we are lucky because the initial stage when the company was into its initial years, that was handled by Tata Group. And I don't need to say, anyone don't need to say that how much ethical that they have about their work, right? So this is the same being continued. So each and every conversation, each and every thought is being shared in written. Now it's in written, it is visible to everyone. So people initially were forced, now they are habituated to keep it clear. So in this case, there is no chance that people can turn their back on and then say that मैंने ये नहीं कहा था या मैंने ये प्लान नहीं किया था, मैंने तो ऐसा बोला था और उसने वैसा कर दिया. जो छोटी-छोटी arguments हम करते हैं, that is not possible in this. When you have just written something simple. What is fine? First of all that I would ask Prince, you have any further arguments or question on this?
But sir, I think not any company can be completely 100% free from politics. Some kind of favoritism will be prevail in the company, in every company.
True. I would agree, and I'm agreeing to this. Now, when you are putting this statement that this reality that no company can be free from politics, right? Now, then we need to focus upon at what level, first of all, the politics is. Simple why? Because if the politics is at the management level, everyone will face their consequences. Simple. If executives are doing politics, their team will suffer. Company would suffer at a lesser extent. This is I can give you the examples for each of this. That's why I'm telling you. But the intensity and effect of politics can be reduced. I'll give you the example. What salespeople do and what the functional people, back-end support people do in case of politics, right? Those people who have watched my LinkedIn profile, I have worked in one of the travel company. I won't say the name right now. Okay, so in that travel company, what happens that any passengers wants to travel to any place, whether domestic or international, they would book tickets from a travel agent, that is us. Now the travel fare would show a different. We need to add a commission on it, right? And now we have confirmed, and we in the need of business, that we have told them, the clients, in written or verbal, that we will give you with the 20% of discount on the cost price. We are not keeping any margin for ourselves. When we will book ticket in 48 hours after the blocking of those portion of the flight, we will charge 30% extra. The team was used to do it. Okay, now it is simply politics is what the dichotomy of your words and your action, first of all. Okay, second thing, which should be which is seeing most into the other part of the regions and the world, that damaging someone's career for their sake, or damaging someone's life for their sake. Why? Because they are getting benefit from it. Why? Right. So what benefits employees were getting by doing this? They were earning commissions. So they were filling up their pockets by telling the management that we have given so much of business from ticketing, but they never knew that what customers, how customers suffered with this hefty cost. They literally stopped coming to the company, and there were time that it was on brink of discontinuation of the business. So yes, you are right that the entire company can never be free from politics, right? But as I said that I mentioned this in one of my point, that I have to market the profile, right? So in any HR that would need to market the profile. If you ask me that am I facing a politics in my current Gujarat state or not, I would say no, right? This is for my state. Now the Maharashtra state can have a different problems. They could be facing a really much state. The entire northern region of Haryana, Uttarakhand and everything northeast part could be facing a much political issue, right? So in that case, your statement becomes absolutely correct. Okay. So now I would shift to next question, that what is the finest policy of Eureka Forbes to reduce the work pressure of employees and make them feel free to work? Okay, I mean we don't have any work pressure reduce करने के लिए कोई policy की कभी जरूरत नहीं रहती है, ठीक है. वो डिफरेंस होता है कि उसका जो सेल्स टीम का मैनेजर, जो भी मैनेजर है, वो उसको किस तरीके से लीड करता है. अगर उसको वो कैलकुलेटिव स्टेप्स या कैलकुलेटिव प्रोसेस से कुछ भी काम करने का बताएगा, रीजनेबल डेडलाइन मिलेगी उसको काम करने के लिए, एम्प्लॉइज अपने आप ही प्रेशर से बाहर हो जाएंगे. क्लैरिटी नहीं होगी, शॉर्ट डेडलाइन होगी, उसमें हमेशा प्रेशर बना रहेगा, चाहे टारगेट हो या ना हो, कुछ भी हो या ना हो, ठीक है. एक सिंपल सा आपको एम्प्लॉय कोड भी क्रिएट करना होगा. यू विल फील प्रेशराइज्ड इफ यू आर टोल्ड देन यू नीड टू डू इट इनटू 4 minutes exactly, when everyone knows that the portal takes 25 minutes to generate a code. In 25 minutes of time, 4 minutes is impossible case. So this is the portion that needs to be focused, and we ensure that in Gujarat state that it is always be there, right? So I'll quickly move to the presentation. It's already 4:14. Fine. You always should know the purpose, because once if you do not know what you want to do or what you want, where you want to take your team, you'll always fail. Prepare verbiage if we need to. This is a kind of a practical step. You can do it before telling. Practice against a mirror, practice in front of a mirror before you want to tell to anything to anyone. Fine, you have seen many things in this movie. Review and revise whatever you're gonna do. Seriously review and revise. For an example, before presenting this slide to you, I corrected 2-3 mistakes. So that's the thing, that before presenting, before putting up any of your ideas to in front of anyone, any management panel, do review and revise. You'll find one mistake at least. Deliver needs discipline. I'll explain it into a next slide. We have I have separate examples. And feedback. You must take feedback from your team members. You must take your feedback from your faculties about how you did in exam, how you did into the presentation. You must take feedback from your friends about your behavior. That I hope that I have not given anything, I have not told you anything that would hurt you. It's look really, I mean, cheesy and everything, but if not done, when they'll stop talking to you, you won't know. When in company, the team members will stop following you, stop listening to your orders, you will never know if you have not kept it into a feedback in loop. This was the first. The second is strong work ethics, building career with peace. The question that the pressure will always be there. You need to find your own peace. For this, I would say watch a Kung Fu Panda Part 2 movie, not the cartoon series on Hotstar, a movie. It would give you one of the best lessons to how to maintain and keep your peace of mind in any of the chaotic moment. Okay, one of the reason, fine, this is a general quote. If you are known someone who is a dependable, that's a great professional brand. अगर आपको कोई कहता है कि अगर किसी को बोलता है कि भाई प्रिंस को कुछ काम दे दिया है, उसको दूसरी बार बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, बात खत्म. दैट इज योर ओन पर्सनल प्रोफेशनल ब्रांड. So you need to ensure how it is done. 3 things: punctuality, integrity and reliability. ये तीनों चीजें आसानी से नहीं मिलेगी. It's always a hard way to get it. Punctuality, you need to manage your own times in seconds even. Okay. I would just share the current example that I messaged Vartika ma'am that I would log into this meeting 5-10 minutes prior so that we can check and we can start on time. So you must plan yourself. No one will ever come and tell you that bhai tumko ye karna hai, wo karna hai. Then you'll become a follower. Okay. Integrity it simply means that doing the right thing even when no one is watching you. आपके ऊपर आपका सीनियर नहीं है, आपके पेरेंट्स नहीं है, आपके फैकल्टी नहीं है, कोई कैमरा नहीं है सीसीटीवी का, फिर भी अगर आप सही चीज करते हो, गलत चीजें नहीं करते हो, देन यू हैव योर इंटीग्रिटी एंड देन यू विल नेवर फेल. कोई आपको नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा पाएगा. Reliability is basically what the statement you read. You should be trustworthy. सिंपल सी चीज है. आपको अगर कोई अपना वॉलेट भी देके जाता है, उसको टेंशन नहीं होना चाहिए कि भाई उसमें से या तो पैसे गायब हो गए या पर्स के साथ पूरा इंसान गायब हो जाएगा. सिंपल. ये बहुत ही, मैं आपको कॉर्पोरेट एग्जांपल से ज्यादा रूटीन लाइफ के एग्जांपल्स दे रहा हूँ, बिकॉज कॉर्पोरेट हो या रूटीन लाइफ हो, वॉलेट की जगह पे टास्क आ जाएगा, दोस्त या कलीग के, दोस्त की जगह पे कलीग या सीनियर मैनेजर आ जाएगा, but the situation, the decisions, ethical dilemma will remain the same. Okay, knowledge. First of all, in initial stage, they one of the students have answered this, the lack of knowledge. That's why I told Tapan sir that it's the really happiest moments of my life, that whatever I put it into a presentation, it's still straight away coming from the student side. So knowledge, basically lack of professional and competence knowledge will destroy your career. No one will listen to you. It's a simple manner. I'll give you example of my experience. When I joined this Eureka Forbes company, before that I was not knowing. I knew the concept of KRA KPA, which you should be studying, guys, in your upcoming semester and this your current semesters. Fine. So as an HR, this is my basic knowledge which I should have, but into the difference is into the execution, way of execution. I have knowledge, I know the meanings, that is not sufficient. Knowledge comes into two parts: knowing certain things. Second is knowing how to do that thing which you know. सेल्फ लर्निंग, दिस इज योर लास्ट स्टेज गाइस. MBA कॉलेज आप गिन लीजिए कि दिस इज योर लास्ट स्टेज वेयर पीपल विल कम टू टीच यू. पीपल विल पुट एफर्ट्स फ्रॉम देयर एंड टू टीच यू, टू इंक्रीज योर नॉलेज बार. ये जैसे ही आपने अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी से बाहर कदम रखा है, यू हैव ओनली वन सपोर्ट विथ यू, दैट इज गूगल एंड योर ओन माइंडसेट. हाउ व्हाट कीवर्ड्स यू नीड टू यूज. आई एम टेलिंग यू सिंसियरली गाइस, सिंपल सी चीज है. वन एग्जांपल दैट I faced of this self-learning is, आपको अभी पता होगा कि मार्केटिंग में फिलिप कॉटलर के 5 P's होते हैं, प्रोडक्ट, प्लेस, प्राइस, प्रमोशन के. ठीक है, वो आपको कंसेप्ट पता है मार्केटिंग स्टूडेंट्स को. ठीक है, आपको मैंने दे दिया कि आपको एक्वागार्ड की प्रोडक्ट का मार्केटिंग एंड ब्रांडिंग करना है. ठीक है, आपको कंसेप्चुअली मालूम पड़ जाएगा. ठीक है, बट आपको ये मालूम नहीं पड़ जाएगा कि इसको कौन से तरीके से मार्केटिंग होता है. मार्केटिंग बहुत सारी चीजों से होता है. टर्मिनोलॉजीज कुछ कुछ होती है कि ATL हो गया, अबव द लाइन, बिलो द लाइन, थ्रू द लाइन, राइट. सिंपल सा एग्जांपल फॉर दोज हु एस्पायर टू बी अ मार्केटर. जो आप बड़े बड़े होर्डिंग्स देखते हो, फॉर दिस इज फॉर एवरीवन एक्चुअली, बड़े बड़े होर्डिंग्स देखते हो रोड साइड पे, दैट इज कॉल्ड ATL, अबव द लाइन. मतलब आपको अपना सर ऊपर करना पड़ता है वो चीज, वो पर्टिकुलर पोस्टर एडवर्टीजमेंट देखने के लिए. ठीक है, एंड दोस ATL प्रमोशन मीन्स आर ऑलवेज एक्सपेंसिव. थ्रू द लाइन, आपके आंखों के सामने जो भी चीज आप देख पाओ, दैट इज TTL, व्हाट वी कॉल इन आवर इंडस्ट्री. BTL इज बिलो द लाइन. आपके न्यूज़पेपर में इंसर्ट्स आते हैं. ठीक है, आपके व्हीकल में पार्किंग में कोई वर्क फ्रॉम होम या पार्ट टाइम वर्क का कोई एक छोटा सा कार्ड जैसा छोड़ जाता है. दीज ऑल आर BTL, बिलो द लाइन. This is the cheapest medium of doing marketing for any product or services. Okay, so this product, how to market it, that you'll have to learn. आपको product price place promotion ये concept मालूम है, प्राइस एक एक्वागार्ड की क्या रखनी है जिसमें से प्रॉफिट भी हो, हम कंपटीशन भी बीट कर सके, कस्टमर को एक्सेप्टेबल हो, ठीक है। ये चीज आपको उसके लिए कैसे मार्केटिंग करना पड़ेगा आपको। इफ यू हैव ऑब्जर्व टू इन केस स्टडीज इन योर यूनिवर्सिटी, in India, entire India, most of the advertisement are always based on emotions. हम चाहे प्रोडक्ट कोई या सर्विस हमारे लिए वर्थ यूजफुल हो ना हो, या हमारे लिए वो बनी हो या ना हो, on the basis of that emotional advertisement we would buy it. Many time it happens. You can see number of examples that you can see. Learn execution, this is the only thing. अगर मेरे को कोई KRA KPI सेट करने को बोलता है फॉर फाइनेंस मैनेजर, सिंपल सी चीज है, तो फाइनेंस मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है, ठीक है। आई नीड टू सिट विद दैट पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंटल हेड दैट व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, व्हाट यू नीड फ्रॉम योर टीम, ठीक है। व्हाट यू आर एस्पायरिंग दैट आपको ये पूरे फिजिकल ईयर में या पूरे क्वार्टर में आपको ये टारगेट्स अचीव करने हैं या ये ऑब्जेक्टिव्स अचीव करने हैं, उसको वी वुड ट्रांसलेट इट इनटू अ की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एरिया, ठीक है। फॉर एन एग्जांपल कि भाई वी हैव जीरो डेट, जीरो कलेक्शन मनी पेंडिंग फ्रॉम कस्टमर्स, दिस इज एन वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल, ठीक है। सो अगर हमारा फुली कलेक्शन कंप्लीट हो चुका है एक क्वार्टर में, अगर करना है उसके लिए ये कोई भी एम्प्लॉय का ये KRA कंप्लीट है या नहीं हुआ कैसे पता चलेगा, विद द की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर कि एट दी ईच वीक और ईच मंथ जो हमारा टोटल कलेक्शन है उसमें से कलेक्शन की अमाउंट रिड्यूस हुई है या बढ़ी है देन इट इज अलार्मिंग साइन। कम हुई है, कितने रेट पे कम हुई है, और कितना, अगर 3 महीने में हमको अचीव करना है जीरो कलेक्शन पेंडेंसी, तो उसको कितने कौन से रेट पे हमको रिड्यूस करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। सो one of the KRA can be this that zero collection amount, zero collection pendency in this quarter, JFM, for an example, January, February, March. The indicator would be monthly reduction of 20% amount into entire collection pendency fund. So this is the one of the examples. So this you would learn when you talk to them, respective team members, respective departmental heads. आपको उसमें बैठना ही पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज यू वोंट नो। आपने हवा में अगर कुछ बना दिया, इट वुड कॉस्ट अ कंपनी इन मच ग्रेटर मनी। थर्ड इज टेक्नोलॉजी। टेक्नोलॉजी से मेरा मतलब है यू लर्न फ्रॉम MS ऑफिस एंटायर पैकेज, ठीक है। You learn, see, this is my example. I hope you guys have been seen this. This is a Prezi software in which I prepared this presentation, right? If I put an escape to this, you are seeing this PPT presentation of Microsoft. This, what I did basically is that to try to something new. Fine, we have 8 minutes. For 5 minutes we can ask questions. Fine, okay, I'll try to make it quick. So you must learn the technologies, because if you're not, you will keep behind. Okay, dealing with change. Simple example, when I joined, I never knew that such freelance profile could be existing in our country. I am having a target of 20 people to hire 20 people in Gujarat, for which we won't be giving fixed salary to them. So free में sales करवाना है, one of the hardest thing, उसमें भी उसको transit करना है हमारे on-roll employee में. This was the change triggered for me, that which I needed to accept. I took 3 months. Okay, the acceptance is the only part. When you have learned to accept any change, you are unstoppable. That's why some of the leaders have climbed the ladder to the management cadre. So this I would share certain books with Vartika ma'am, certain video links. In this, one of the performance management books, it is written that it's a great peril for a person when they don't know what they don't know. ठीक है, बोलने में बहुत ही fascinating लगता है. I know that in HR what I know and what I can do, but अगर मुझे इतनी self awareness नहीं होगी कि मुझे क्या सीखना पड़ेगा आगे जाके, then my progress will be stopped. I would be at a stagnancy. Decision making, leader की one of the important characteristics होती है कि they stand by their decision because they know why they have decided to take this step. Okay, अगर we माइंडसेट होगा कोई भी इंसान का, तो वो अपना डिसीजन सबसे पहले लेगा, सबसे वैलिडेट करेगा पूछ पूछ के, तुमको क्या लगता है ये मैंने सही किया ना, दिस इज आई हैव डन राइट, यू फील दैट, फाइन। अगर वो वैलिडेट करता है, किसी ने फीडबैक दिया यू शुड चेंज दिस, हिल और शील चेंज इट, इट मींस दैट दैट पर्सन इज नॉट अ लीडर, दे आर नॉट फॉर्म बाय द डिसीजन। कोई भी डिसीजन अगर आप लेते हो कंपनी में, यू मस्ट स्टैंड बाय दैट। I joined in May month Eureka Forbes Limited. I was challenged with this freelance profile to hire in Gujarat state, right? So I decided that I will stick to this profile and stick to this company irrespective of my fear of a target and achieving it, right? So I decided based upon the challenge and learnings that was into the forthcoming time, and I'm lucky to have it. So if I have decided to stay with any organization, I have decided to be with any profile. Simple is that you be with that. You become a man of your own words. So people will say things, they have everything to say. They have on their perception because they are not in place of you. So for your place, your situation, you are responsible to lead. Okay. How we can take a better decision? Fine. जब भी हमारी बारी आती है खुद के लिए डिसाइड करने में, वी आर ऑलवेज डिपेंडेंट ऑन अदर्स बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ सेल्फ अवेयरनेस। एमबीए में क्या लेना है, कौन सा स्पेशलाइजेशन लेना है, फाइनेंस ले, इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस, मार्केटिंग, इंश्योरेंस एंड बैंकिंग, एचआर, क्या ले, ठीक है। अगर खुद से पता होगा कि मुझ में क्या इंटरेस्ट है, मेरी क्या स्ट्रेंथ है, क्या वीकनेस, इसे अगर स्ट्रेंथ पे फोकस करके डिसाइड किया, दैट विल बी योर लॉन्ग टर्म राइट डिसीजन ओनली। उसके लिए आपके पास इनफ इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए। फर्स्ट पॉइंट, इट इज बीइंग रिटन विथ एम्पैथी। जब हम दूसरों के लिए डिसीजन लेते हैं, वी नीड टू बी एम्पैथेटिक ऑलवेज, ठीक है। आपका ऑफिस का कोई भी एग्जीक्यूटिव या प्यून अगर आपसे खुश है, ठीक है, तो आप समझ लेना कि एक डिसेंट सा हेल्दी एनवायरनमेंट आपके सराउंडिंग में बना हुआ है, या आपने बनाया या किसी ने भी बनाया, ठीक है। आप उसकी एक आधे दिन के आधे घंटे के लिए आप उसका पूरा दिन का सैलरी काटते हो, ठीक है। आप उसको एक गलती की वजह पे आप उसको बहुत ही बुरा भला सुना देते हो, ठीक है। तो ये सब चीजें दिखाता है कि यू कैन नॉट टेक अ डिसीजन बिकॉज आपको कोई देख रहा होगा, उसमें आपको खुद को सुपीरियर प्रूव करना है। दैट्स व्हाई यू आर टेलिंग सच harsh language, you are talking to a person in such a harsh language. This could be a direct judgment in this corporate world. Okay, fine. It's all about management. Management जब आता है, it's simple. Management of manpower and management of resources. It's simple as that. I am currently being challenged with to hire these profiles on monthly basis without any job portal. So this is, I have manpower with me of recruiters that I need to manage, and I need to manage resources. First of all, I need to produce the resource in my case, right? So I looked for those job portals which are free, where candidates are not being charged with the applications and employers are not being charged with this job posting fees, right? So these such profiles, that job portals that we I looked for it, I got it, I started hiring, and hopefully I'm leading Gujarat in entire India. Okay, so it's all about recruiters resources. For an example, in my case, the recruiters, what I have in support, it's about managing the manpower and resources. A good example would be a cricket team of any IPL, because on national team you would be from the almost same culture. The IPL is such a platform with the team would consist of 11 to 13, 12, 13, 15 people, each and everyone from different culture. You would have from Australia, New Zealand, India, England, everywhere, right? In this case, how team wins, it's all about management. Fine. Now I'll hand over to the students to ask questions. I'm 1 minute late. I'm running a minute late.
It's okay. It's okay. So, Vibhor,
Yes, ma'am.
Few questions.
Ma'am, Ma'am, you were not
Dr.
audible.
Vartika, you were not
Okay.
audible.
Sure,
I mean,
Vibhor. Okay, sir, I think there's some network connectivity at
yeah,
my place.
before you
Vibhor,
can ask students to, they can write the question on the chat box either, or they can unmute themselves and ask the question directly. I mean, we have 5 minutes to go. I mean, we can have 2-3 questions on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, you can ask your questions. You can directly ask, or you can write the questions in chat box. I'll read it out for you. Please go ahead.
No questions?
That's the best situation any speaker can think of.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, either
I'll,
best thing or a worst thing. That depends upon that feedback you use. Tapan sir, you need to get it from students whether
No,
this situation
I
can be
can take it
considered
in
a
other
best
way.
or worst.
Harshil, I can take it another way, right? I mean, your presentation was so self-explanatory, I mean, you already have answered all the queries of the students. I mean, I believe into it. But yes, of course, students, if you have any queries, you can write right now here. Otherwise, you can also.
Tapan sir, I would chip in for a second that in 4 years almost I have learned for any functions you'll also learn. So if questions not regarding to HR, for any other field, marketing, sales, international business, finance, you can ask. I would try to justify all those answers. At least that much confidence I have in my learnings. So you can shoot your questions, students.
There is no question, we can wind up. Why the screen is coming? I mean, are you sharing the screen before or something else?
I have
sir,
the
I am
screens. I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, please. Right. So I think Dr. Bartika, what do you say? I mean, we can wind up.
Sure. So
Sir,
yeah,
I think
please
there's
go
a
ahead.
question.
Sir, one question.
Yeah,
How HR forecasting is done?
You have echo of your own device with us. You can type into a chat box, then I'll speak.
he's asking about HR forecasting.
HR forecasting.
Yes.
Okay, fine. See, Krita, HR forecasting would be done into the case of manpower for cost from the perception of finance. From marketing perception, you can say that you can promote your company. It would be the employer branding. These all terminologies you would have heard of, right? So how to do the HR forecasting? See, it's in business scenario in any company. There is a simple that total they in the start of the fiscal year, they have a target of revenue generation so and so amount. It is being observed that average yearly HR costing would lie between 3 to 5% of total revenue generated. So if you can say that 10 crore is the yearly target of the revenue generation, fine. Then approximately 2 to 3 CR would be HR costing. Fine. Now we have started the forecasting our entire year's HR function. Fine. So when you know that you have the 3 crores with you, first and foremost expense that you must consider is the salary of people, because that would be included into 3 crores, right? So how it is being taken to the next step, what current manpower, count of manpower and the total monthly salary budget, salary costing multiplied by 12 that you will have with you. Plus it will also be required that if we want to increase business in different regions, we'll need to have a different entirely separate force for them of employees. When we'll do the new hirings, we should also focus that we only have 3 crore. In 3 crore, you'll have to manage your recruitment, your monthly salary, your incentives to sales team, your new hiring costing, New hiring incentive also that you'll need to include, plus you'll also need to give promotions to the older employees. You need to do certain employee engagement activities, which will also be costing something, at least not in crores, at least it would be a 50,000, 60,000, right? If the company is doing CSR activities to plan a Diwali gift, Diwali bonus, each and every factor would be considered into that budget. So now why HR is now being placed into the role of decision making, because he or she'll sit with the management of a company, and when the management of a company will decide that we need to have a 10 crore of target in next year of revenue generation, HR, what you'll need from this 10 crores kitty. So he'll have his calculation ready by in the second quarter of the fiscal year, July, August, September, I need to hire 30 people in sales with the on the middle or senior management, which each one of candidate have at least yearly salary cost of 12 lakhs. Right. So 36 lakhs of yearly for half yearly budget would be increased with their salary also only. Right. So this is the example of a recruitment that in the second quarter I need to hire 30 people with the average upcoming cost of 36 lakhs rupees a year. And in the month of after Diwali festival, when in the November or December, each industry will observe slump in their business, because entire population of the India would have spent their entire savings in the occasion of Diwali. They need to purchase any vehicle, any appliances, mobile phones, aquaguard, whatever you say, they would have spent their entire savings from bonus, salary, whatever. Even by taking a loan, they would buy the things. From November, December, and these 2 months, that no one would be buying anything. They would be recovering psychologically from their own mistakes of Diwali festival. It's really truth, right? So to cheer up the sales team, you will decide that in the month of November or December, I would establish a competition to incentivize our sales team, right? So that they can be pushed with the monetary incentives and they can put extra efforts to achieve their sales targets, right? So you say that we'll have a prepared a salary scheme, incentive schemes. You'll prepare a scheme considering that out of monthly revenue of the sales, for that 3 months, I'll keep 0.5% of the entire revenue generation for their incentives. So these are the several factors. I've given you 2 to 3 examples. These are the factors that that's how the HR forecasting is done. So you will always, if you are an HR head or senior manager where you have a responsibility to think ahead of time, you need to be ready with all these you're planning for upcoming 2 to 3 months, not on the current time. You should already have done that planning in past. So once at the start of April 2022, for an example, you must be ready that we are expected to spend as an HR the 4% of the entire revenue generation. Your target should be that either I meet at 4%, I should be less than 4%. If it goes beyond 4%, the company will suffer loss in their financial statement.
Thank you so much, sir.
I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir, you were clear. From the means of how a leader is made to where they can fuel and how can we imbibe several aspects of leadership qualities, we got all the information of becoming a better leader for today and tomorrow. Thank you so much, sir, for your visionary words. We really look forward to more such educational and learning sessions. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Harshil. It was indeed great to listen to you. It was a pleasure to listen to you today. Thank you so much. Yeah, Dr. Bartika, you wanted to say something. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ajil. In spite of the entire busy schedule, and you were able to make up time for our students. Thank you so much. And the insights what you gave were really practical, which what we teach to students and you people are actually implementing. So the entire session was, very insightful. Thank you so much for all what you did today. And maybe sometimes we can invite you from Gujarat to here whenever you visit your corporate office in Delhi, and we can have a few sessions offline mode also.
For sure. Thank you, Tapan sir. Thank you, Vartika ma'am, for giving this opportunity to present my thoughts. if I'll share Vartika ma'am has already my email ID with her. So any student, so any students who want to have a query resolution on case-to-case basis, they have particular situation with it, they can shoot an email to me. Within 24 hours, they'll have their proper calculated answer. You need with, मैं अभी फैकल्टी के सामने नहीं बोल सकता कि आपको असाइनमेंट में हेल्प करूंगा. So that would be a really tough task for me, because they have my number. They'll straight away call me up that Darshil, you have done this assignment. So, but any help regarding the job opportunity, any marketing, finance structure, at any point of time in terms of entire management, you can shoot an email to me. Right, I have told right now that I'll share some of the videos, PDF books, EPUB books, and this presentation link with Vartika. So at any point of time that you can download the knowledge and you can have it with you in your mobile phone.
Thank you so much, Harshil. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Tapan sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Vibhor, for coordinating this session.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. See you. Thank you all. See you.